welcome for the Parents Podcast. Yeah, today's topic is about being sick with kids, which we currently are. We're 5 days into it.
Of that when we were talking about the COVID vaccine in episode 2 that I just finished editing, guys.
Yeah. Oh, we should go back. No, it's gonna be really cool. We'll go back and compare what we say now to what we said then.
Oh, that's so funny because it's so fresh in my mind because I've literally just done it.
How different is it for you?
100% different. Like I feel like
That was 15 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Plus, like 15, maybe 16. We might have missed 1 week.
Yeah.
But how many months?
I don't.
Divide that by 4.
5, 4.
It's almost
3.
4 months. It's almost 4
I don't
months.
know.
Almost 4 months.
Yeah, it's a lot different in the sense that I feel like.
That only lasted like a day and a half, too.
Yeah, that only lasted a day and a half, and our tempers were just like. I know that we were both mad at each other that time. It was like,
yeah.
I feel okay. So this isn't like part of our topic, but it will be like it's relevant to what I'm saying, and I think that we should do an episode about that at some point. But like when you're in survival mode, and we had just like barely gotten out of survival mode, from having Kai just like barely 6 months ago then. And so I think at that point we were still counting hours. And a lot of people, I feel like you might say, especially if your kids are older or if you're just back like closer to survival mode or whatever, or further away from it or whatever. But like a lot of people might say, oh, counting hours, like you guys really need to work on your relationship. And in part they're right. But also I feel like that's something that we have to come to terms with together too. Like it's part of the growth. You know what I'm saying? Like when a little kid is learning how to tie their shoes.
Everybody needs to work on their relationship. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. But like when a little kid is like learning to tie his shoes, you're not like, well, you need to learn how to tie your shoes. Well, he's like trying. You know what I'm saying? And in the sense like we were trying to figure out how to survive and live with 2 kids, and so we were definitely counting hours. And I know for a fact that in that episode I did get really upset because it felt like I was doing everything, and sort of it happened like the same almost scenario happened because I'm like a couple of days behind everybody actually. Like I'm the last to get sick, and the first day that like all 3 of them were just like down, I did everything. You know what, I don't care if it sounds like I'm tooting my own horn, but I'm really proud of like, because I was starting to feel a little under the weather, but I wasn't like so sick, or like I wasn't like sick like them. Like I was just like, I'm okay, like I'm a little bit, congestion-y or whatever, but I'm fine. I did so much. I cleaned the kitchen. I cooked dinner, breakfast, and lunch. And I don't remember what we did for dinner because I think by that time I was like, I'm so done. But like
I don't remember either.
I did a lot, and the whole time I wasn't like, oh, why, Jesse? Like, feel better. Like, Jesus. No, it was just like, I was like, yeah, he feels sick. Everybody feels sick. And I just have to pull my part, and it's easy in retrospect to say that because, because I've learned what I've learned, right? But last time in the moment, I was like, no, but like, even if you're sick, but, and I was sick too then, and I still acted like how I did a couple of days ago. But today and yesterday, it was like an all day in PJs kind of day. Like, we did nothing. Today I did nothing. I'm wearing a onesie, and if that doesn't say how I feel, I don't know what else will. Like, about how just, like, exhausted I am and just, like, needing that, like, as comfy as I can possibly be in, like, 68-degree weather outside, which may not seem warm to some of you Southerners. Closer to the equator-ish, depending on where you're listening from. But yeah, like for me that like, and I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was like kind of your comparison between the two, is that was the main thing that's different, is
that we're both just like much more compassionate. Well, you started. Okay, I did a lot of the grind. I'm not ashamed to admit it, but Um, but yeah, this time it was just a more compassionate team effort rather than just like. And our house is a
Yeah.
complete like
Oh my god. I
disaster
want to post a pic.
zone.
I took a picture. But Sam won't let me post it on Instagram.
Fine, freaking post
But
it.
it's
It's
hard.
so
I have to.
gross.
I have to split it because I did a pano.
Yeah, it's just such a gross.
I just want to show you how bad it
Ugh.
is. Like it is. It has never been this bad, and it will probably never be this bad again.
Unless we both get sick again.
Well, like one of the biggest. I think one of the biggest reasons that it snowballed so badly.
It's because on the first day that we were sick, I decided to clean out all of the things from the
Well, that
little
was
bathroom.
definitely one of the reasons. So you struggled the first day a lot. Like it wasn't like it was like you were fighting yourself. Like you're like, I know I need to be compassionate, but I'm so pissed right now. Not at me, like just at the situation.
You're right. That was
like,
the very first day.
You were like, we were already sick, and it's like we already had enough mess.
Yeah.
And then she goes on a crusade to completely clean out the bathroom, which is one of the things we were going to do because that's where Ollie now goes to the bathroom. So we need that bathroom to be like kid safe.
Yeah.
But under the cabinet was all of the medicines and all of like extra makeup and other like my stuff and your stuff. And so like in a way it was good that you did that, but that mess is now still in our living room. On top of everything else.
Some of that mess, not all of it, but like
I think
whatever was left over after we decided to keep what we were keeping and not keep.
And
there's
we
like
just haven't.
Two like things that need to
well,
go
a lot
into
of
the
it
bathroom.
needs to go downstairs.
Oh, it's just such a mess.
But anyways, I mean that's one reason, but I think more so than that, we had gotten back from traveling, then we went down to your parents' house. We came back and got sick 4 days later. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like the thing is that we are in the habit now of unpacking everything as soon as we get home, which helped, but we still had extra laundry. We still had things that we were like, well, this stuff goes over here, but like we didn't put it away, like in the pantry. And so you like there is still clutter from the traveling. And then we didn't leave our house clean when we left. And so we came home to mess. So we had to clean extra mess. And so like all of that snowballed to where even though every single day that we've been sick, we've cleaned, like every mess, every one thing that we clean, we're moving slow enough that the kids are making like 5 messes and we're making like a mess every time we clean one mess. And
or
so
we're
it's just
adding
like
to another mess and it's just
so it's literally the biggest shit show upstairs. It's hilarious. I want to post it as just like as literally like don't feel bad about your life. Like look at this situation.
It's bad.
And if you have something that looks worse in your
Post
general
it.
living
Let us
vicinity,
know so
like
that we can all not feel bad about ourselves. Because holy goodness.
I will say that like the kids are rocking it.
Oh my gosh, they are?
Like
yeah.
Both of their like immune system wise, they're both doing really well, and I'm like so grateful that they're fighting it the way they are.
Yeah.
And like they're a little bit more needy, but Ollie's been like I feel like he just somehow understands the situation and is like giving us more leeway than normal. Where he's like, okay, yeah, I'll play by myself for a couple hours instead of like 10 minutes before I ask for more attention.
He's been trying to play with Kai more, but
yeah.
Kai's like, I don't like it when you play like Kai. Oh man! So one time somebody was like, "What if they don't play well together?" I was like, "No, they're gonna love each other, and they do love each other." But I can see it. I can see Kai just being like, "You need to chill the freak out, man." To Ollie, like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa."
I think it'll be fine though, like, because we'll teach them about compromise
Yeah.
and play.
I'm just talking about Ollie's like energy in the sense of like sometimes he like runs and like hugs Kai but like squeezes him and Kai's like
yeah.
Or like he tries to hold Kai's hand like really hard, not in a malevolent way, but he like holds his hand because he's like play with me, and it's just like Kai's like get off.
Sorry, I was just looking at Ollie.
No, it's fine. But so Ollie, for the first time in all of his life history, and I say this, and he's like barely 3. For the first time in all of his life's history, he sat down and watched an entire movie with us today.
Yeah.
And he was so invested in it. It was Toy Story, which he used to love as a kid, but never would fully sit down. Like, he saw the movie in bits and pieces
Yeah.
all the way through. Like, well, he probably saw the whole movie just with random various bits and pieces here and there, but that, like, through that, like, device.
Yeah, he
how
sat the entire time and watched it.
He did. He was, like, legit just, like, entranced. And it made me feel like, yes, these are the sick days that I like.
Yeah. Side note, really quick. Does anyone else have a really hard time not chewing their cough drops when they get small? Just, like, finishing it off?
Like, how small are we talking?
Like,
yeah, I mean, that's
microscopic.
like, that's like, yeah, just chew that. Why wouldn't you just chew that?
I don't know.
But also, you chew them when they're, like, all the way full.
No.
Yes, he does.
No, like,
yes, you do.
at the most, like, 25%.
I don't know about that. You should hear the crunchy sounds that come.
They're still crunchy at 25%.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So.
Side note, sorry.
Sorry, yeah. And like, okay, I just want to say something. No, I don't have the articles to prove it. But a while ago, I mean, it could be years. I mean, a couple of years. A year-ish. I don't know. They were talking about, like, temperatures and stuff. There was, like, a news... I don't know if it was
World
a news
temperatures
article.
or, like,
People temperatures. And they were talking about how scientists have now decided that, like, you're, like, was the baseline temperature of humans is, like, said to be 98.1-ish.
98.1, yeah.
But they're saying that that's actually not true, and that all humans have, like, they differ. Some people are naturally higher, and some people are naturally lower. And I've always been a naturally lower temperature person. I, like, hang out in the 97s, like, for the majority of my day. But today I was, like, in the upper, like, I was almost 90. I was, like, 98.8 was my highest reading today. And for me, I feel like that's a low grade fever, or maybe just, like, an actual solid fever. Like, for me, I never get fevers. Absolutely ever have. I normally just don't. It is so rare. I can't even remember the last time I had a fever. In fact, I can't even remember the last time I had a cold, like a cold. The only time I can think about where I had a cold was, like, before I was pregnant, was. So I've been cold. I had a cold last year when you got your cold, but that was, like, allergies. And
you
the
just
time
had, like,
before
a little
that,
cough, though. That was it.
yeah, and the time before that was, like, in 2017. Like, I normally just don't get sick.
True.
2016, I think.
I was telling Sam, I think what did it for me is, like, the first day that they weren't feeling well, they both sneezed in my face.
It's true.
Like, mouth open, sneezed in my face. I was like, there's no way I'm not getting this, whatever it is.
Oh, when it happened with Ollie was, like, getting up, and Jesse was, like, trying to help him, and Ollie was
looking
like,
for his binky.
Right in his face, and, like, I didn't even need to see him, but I heard Jesse's reaction. It was like, ugh.
It was like, Kai's was worse, though, because, like, I was closer to him, and I was comforting him, and he sneezed, and, like, I felt it projectile to the back of my throat. And I was like, oh, fuck. It's like, there could be a single germ, and I would have gotten it. It bypassed everything. All the defense mechanisms were gone. And that literally that night, when we were getting ready for bed, I felt it, like, on my left tonsil.
He did say.
And then my throat was sore.
Yeah.
I've definitely had it the worst. I feel like.
So far, I mean, I'm barely starting, dude. Like, I'm, like,
but
3 days
Ollie,
behind
maybe you're
you.
not. Maybe like Ollie's throat was sore today, a little bit, and he had it first. So maybe, like, you're on the same cycle. How sore is your throat? Like, is it like on fire sore?
So like every time any kind of air passes through,
It's like a dry.
it's like a dry, freezing fire.
Oh,
And then
okay.
when I'm talking, it's like a muted fire
Oh,
burning.
I hope that it gets better.
Me
I hope
too.
that you're not on my cycle.
Yeah,
That would suck.
that would be very sad.
But I'm on like medicine for a stomach bacteria thing, which my immune system is also fighting. So as long as you don't have that,
No. But I also can't take medication
oh,
because
that's true.
of my fatty liver.
Yeah, I shouldn't be either, to be honest. Like we were trying to figure out, I have this like pain like in my lower abdomen, like down in here, and like we were trying to figure out why. I'm like, I've had it for years and years and years, but like what sparked it right now? And I'm intolerant to mint, and I love mint, but I haven't had it in a very, very long time since I found out I was intolerant. And like every tea, every medicine,
They all have mint.
every
They all
cough
have
drop,
mint.
all of them have mint. So it's like, well, do I like allow this congestion to build? Do I not get sleep? Do I get worse? Like maybe like get bronchitis symptoms or like pneumonia symptoms if like I progress like that with my other immune
Yeah.
stuff going on? Or do I like let my body suffer with mint? Which also compromises my immune system. So maybe I should stop. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's real. Like it's like I'll have to ask my physician. Like, what's worse? Like, but you know
Yeah.
what? I could just take Tylenol, like just acetaminophen, like, because that doesn't have mint in it. Like it's the stuff that you take that's like from
Yeah.
the throat.
You know, I don't like the cough drops because they have mint, and I don't like the
Mint.
cough.
Sorry, you said that
Mint.
weird. Or my,
Sorry, they
I'm
have
also like plugged
mint.
up, so it might have just been me.
No, maybe I don't know. I'm saying weird.
Mint.
Mint. They have minty flavors. Cough drops. A lot of cough drops have minty flavors.
If they had like a ginger eucalyptus one,
Yeah,
I could
but
do
they
that.
don't.
I'll make one and be a billionaire.
Okay.
Not really.
With what time? Yeah. No, it's just been.
I'll make one. I'll sell it to John. I'll patent it and sell the patent to Johnson and Johnson, and they'll pay me a couple million. No biggie.
Oh yeah. I'm sure.
No more tea.
Chamomile. What the thing that I had, it doesn't have any mint,
Sorry.
and it's like so good for you. It's just hot water.
Oh, lemon and honey.
Yeah.
I should put brandy in there too.
Yeah. Oh, it's starting to hurt. Like when I talk and I breathe it. When I breathe in, there's like this like stabbing pain.
Oh, maybe you need more liquids. You don't even have any water.
I drank this full bottle.
That tiny little glass. Oh my God. I'm drinking like 2 gallons a day right now, guys.
Oh, that's not cheap. That's a new thing.
Oh, babe.
I haven't talked this much, and like I haven't talked this much.
I thought maybe we shouldn't, but we decided we couldn't not. Talking about being sick with kids is a lot easier when you're
I'm gonna
actually
leave you
sick.
guys hanging.
But if you like, I can take over if you start to like not be able to talk much. You know.
Let's just see how it goes.
Are there any I guess is there any burning things that you want to say about like your observations or things that might be relevant to other parents?
Listen. My kid has been naked more days than I can count. And I've not had the energy to not let that happen. He has played with the sink water and in the sink, in the bathroom sink on a daily basis for hours, just with it running full steam.
Yeah, our water bill's gonna be high this month.
And I have not had the energy to be like, what are you doing? Let's not do that. Let me give you a bucket. We didn't even have the energy to do that until just yesterday.
Do you want a cough drop for your throat?
No, because it'll be minty. And I don't like minty either.
But yeah. It's not about liking the medicine, sorry. But go ahead.
Well, yeah, but maybe it just doesn't. It'll make my throat feel more on ice fire.
Yeah.
My little one has he can get up on the couch and no problem. But then it's like this couch basically. And from here, standing up, he's a tall little one. Like he tries to go over the edge and
He'll topple over.
he'll topple over, and it's just been a constant struggle. And that's why our house looks how it looks.
Because we
So
can't leave them.
we
Him
can't
specifically.
leave him.
Especially when he's sick and like super needy too.
Yeah, yeah. Lunchtimes have sometimes been just full on just snacks. Oh, you want another protein bar? Have at it, kid. Do what works for you. Let me just
Ollie's moving.
pull the fetal position.
I might have to get up and move him out of the crack of the bed.
He does that sometimes.
That's how he fell asleep, and I was like, that's not going to be sustainable. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Keep talking, sorry.
I'll put it here so that I can see it too.
Sure.
And yeah, I think that it's just basically about picking your battles and knowing that right now, especially when you're not feeling good, it's like, you know what? You made it to the end of the day, and that's all you can be grateful for. Yeah. Everyone is doing okay. Nobody is in life or death peril. You did good. I feel like.
Yeah, that's how it feels.
Don't judge yourself too harshly on your bad day, on your sick days, because really, like, it's so miserable to be sick and to, like, feel like your head is already living in the clouds from the moment that you wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Else,
nobody's gonna judge you. Your kids love you.
yeah. And honestly, I think even though they're sick, depending on like how sick, obviously, but like you being there all the time, and like even if you're lethargic and like can't play the same way, like you're still there. And I feel like at least for Ollie and Kai, like they've been so much less temperamental, even though they've been inside, like not being active like they like to be. Like just us being there, they've been pretty like complacent and like chill and like nice
Yeah.
and loving.
Yeah, because we're not like, hold on, I have to clean. We're just like, we're here with you, buddy. What can I do?
I can't do that, but if you come right here, we can do this stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And I think they really liked it, like, have been liking having us there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. So yeah.
That's interesting to know, too.
Yeah. I think a couple other things. I said something last week about the importance of cleaning as a stay-at-home parent, but being sick is miserable. Being sick when you're responsible for other humans
Who
and
are
those
also sick.
who are also sick, which is stressful for parents. Like we want our kids to be healthy, and like we have to make sure monitor them and make sure they're okay. Like you can't just relax and recover. Like you have to be on point as like to a certain extent, like just the basics, the minimums. If your house is already clean and organized and you have a plan for things or at least like backup meals and stuff, like those things are like great and like optimal when you're running like a normal family household. But when you're sick, they're like lifesavers. Well, they're lifesavers. Like when everything is kid proofed or like kid playable and like they can do their own thing when you're sick, like and you like the amount of stress we've had keeping Kai off the couch knowing we have nowhere else to put him where we can be with him and Ollie at the same time. Like literally just like, no, get down.
I mean, and really the only reason we don't let him get out of that little, like...
It's because it's not kid-proof for him.
Well, yeah, but, like, there's also... Because we have so much mess. Like,
yeah, exactly.
If all the mess was picked up, it would be more kid-proof, and it would be easier to just, like...
True, but
scoot about on the floor with him.
But scooting about on the floor is way more exhausting than sitting on a couch.
Right,
like when you're, like, fatigued and, like, a little feverish and sweating and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be nice to just be like, you do you, bro. I'm here, but I know I don't have to worry about you killing yourself. But if we just let him go, like, he'd get into the garbage, he'd get the dustpan and, like,
Oh
try
my
to
gosh,
eat
I
the
have another.
bristles.
I
And,
have
like,
a genius idea for making that area bigger. Sorry.
that's okay. I think I know what you're going to say.
What are you gonna say?
I'll.
What am I gonna say?
You're going to push it back to the kitchen one, the beanbag, and then block the other area off somehow. No. Okay, never mind.
No, I was just gonna say we could open it up so that we could like push the couch a little bit back more, so that and somehow close off up to where the board game stuff is.
Yeah.
And it would be like
Okay.
a huge rectangle. I don't know how that
Anyways,
would work, but
if we didn't have to worry about Kai's safety, like while he explored and played, and we didn't have to worry about Ollie's hygiene and like stuff, because like he goes pee by himself now, he goes poop by himself now,
but
but
and
he's
he's
early
very
stages.
specific. No, I can do it by myself.
But like we still have to go and like clean, and the bathroom right now from him playing with water is just like a puddle of water on the floor. Like it's just water. Everything's water.
And also, we're completely redoing their closet in their room because it was
started
like
that before we got
such a
sick.
mess.
Took all their clothes out, sorting it by still fits Kai, still fits Ollie, doesn't fit Ollie, but will fit Kai, and doesn't fit Kai, so that can be donated or stored, and all of that. Like,
Yeah.
and so all of that's laid out, and we were gonna do that probably.
We were
this
literally
weekend.
gonna do that, like we started off doing it that day,
Yeah.
and that evening, Jesse was like, "No, I'm starting to feel really sick," or you were just like, "I'm just kind of getting tired and I don't want to overdo it." Remember?
Yeah.
And we just didn't. So we just were like, "Well, we'll do it tomorrow when we feel better."
Tomorrow never came.
Still
In
waiting
that
for
way.
tomorrow. Yeah.
So, yeah, like if your stuff is like it's almost as if like order doesn't really matter that much, as it doesn't matter as much just on like a normal good day, but like every like ounce of order, like to combat your chaotic life, makes the times where it's like the balance is tipped to like beyond chaos
Mm-hmm.
so much easier.
Yeah.
And so for us, like at this point, we've just given up, and we're like, we'll recover this chaos when we're done being sick. Like, and we still putz. We try to clean the dishes. We make food. We take the trash out. Like we try to pick things up. But again, like every mess we pick up, there's already other messes. And by the time we get to the nighttime, we have the time where the kids aren't there. Like we're sick, so we're exhausted, and our bodies are like screaming at us to stop. So it's like, well, we could push on and clean this up, or and like be more sick later because we didn't give our body the time to like heal itself, or we could heal, like let our bodies get through this so that we're better faster, and then like hit it hard when
That's
we're healthy.
kind of the route that we chose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which like again, like I think the first day that was a big struggle for you. You're like.
But okay, to be fair, like if I hadn't done what I did, and then okay, I'm not trying to be cocky, I swear, but like what I did, like the stuff that I made progress with, ultimately like helped us so much, because the next day I was like, and you were like, you got the kitchen even a little bit better.
I know,
and it
just,
hasn't gotten back down. Like a little bit, but like
Yeah.
all the dishes. Remember how many dishes there
Yeah,
were?
the kitchen
we would
has
have
stayed
so
fairly
many
intact.
dishes right now to do. Like it
Yeah.
would be so overwhelming.
I'm
like,
saying I'm not saying physically in like the space was a struggle for you. I'm saying mentally you were going through a lot that day.
Oh yeah.
And then when you got over that, we're in a mindset together now, like connected, where it's like, here's what we're doing.
Is that Kai?
That is
Kai.
Kai.
Do you want to take him or shall I?
Where's the bottle?
There's no bottle because we weren't gonna.
Can
give
you?
him a
You're
bottle.
better.
Yeah.
You're a better
Yeah.
not bottle person. Ollie might wake up if he's like. He's yeah. Oh man. Yeah, Ollie's trying to get out. It might have to be a BRB thing. A BRB thing. We'll see. How do I delete that. Bye. Um, sorry. Yeah. Surprisingly, they slept well yesterday. Like co-sleeping when co-sleeping is great for us, but now that we're sick, it's like so nerve-wracking to me. I'm like, every cough that I make, every noise that I make might be the time that I wake them up and that like we get less sleep. So, sleeping surprisingly has not been as bad as I thought it would be. I thought for sure like there'd be like a chain of like people feeling bad and coughing and waking the other people up, or like just like not being able to fall asleep because of postnasal drip and all of that stuff. Hasn't been that bad. So that's a huge win because I think all of us have kind of been getting the sleep that we need. Probably it's been a little bit worse for me because I have to go like last night. Sorry. Last night I had to go up. Not up. I had to go out of the room to the couch. The couch. Jeez, to the chair to sleep on the like recliner chair just to be propped up enough to like not cough enough to like sleep the rest of the night. But luckily like my coughing and everything, blowing my nose and stuff didn't wake up any of the kids at all, so they slept really, really well until Sam woke up with them at 5:45, which they fucking do even when they're fucking sick. Like, and then we give you like we've even through this we've especially through this, but I'm really glad that we've been able to give each other each an hour to sleep.
Yeah, we do a sleep trade when we needed to, and we've needed to.
And so every single day we've had the luxury of being able to do that even through being sick. So that's been really nice.
That has been.
How have you felt about the whole sleep situation with them being sick? Like it was the thing I was the most nervous about. Like, oh my God, we're all getting sick. None of us are gonna get sleep. We're gonna be sick for like a month.
And we still might not today. I'm not really. I'm
saying up till now.
Well, right. I was actually very surprised. Last night we slept so good. Yeah. Oh my goodness, we slept so good. They didn't wake up, but maybe once, just at the very end when Kai was about to wake up anyway. And then I woke up and because Kai was, like up, and I was like 5:30. And then I was like, I'm gonna let Ollie and Jesse sleep and just take Kai out because I didn't want to wake Ollie. And then I pick up Kai and we're walking out the door, and I open the door and I see Ollie just like climbing, like crawling over to Jesse. And I was like, well, if he's awake, I might as well just let them play together because like, why am I coming out before the light turns yellow? And so I come back in, and I was gonna put Kai on the bed, and I was like, but Ollie and I were both like, where's Jesse at the same time almost? And I was like, where is your dad? And I was like, let's go find him. And Ollie was like, but the light hasn't turned yellow. And I was like, nope, you're right. We just gotta wait for the light to turn yellow. So I like opened my phone, I like opened the Hatch app, and I turned it yellow. And then I was like, do, because he wasn't looking. And I was like, Ollie, look, and he was like, it's yellow. And then he jumped off the bed and walked out the door like happy as a clam.
Which I'm glad we've been able to, I'm glad we haven't tainted that.
Yeah. I wonder how long he'd been awake because he didn't even come over to me at all.
I don't know. He would have if he noticed I wasn't there for a long time.
Yeah, but we didn't notice that you weren't there. He was a sneaky sneak. But I didn't. I woke up one time to go pee, and that was it. I didn't wake up at all the rest of the night, and I don't know which gods to thank, but I'll thank all of them because that sleep was. And then we each got a sleep trade afterwards, so it was like glorious, absolutely glorious. And then I slept a little bit more. I was so exhausted. I couldn't even keep my eyes open. Yeah. Because as soon as, like, I was going to get up and Jesse came in and put Kai in sleeping, I was like, can I stay with him? And Jesse was like, yeah, go for it. Yeah. He was so nice.
I kind of expected that.
Yeah, I just felt so, And today I just like didn't have the energy to do anything. I wasn't like fatigued, but it was just like my head was in a cloud and I was having trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I don't really know what else to say that would be helpful at this point, probably because we're still in it. Um, I guess this is more of like if you're sick, um, one thing that I think literally kept me out of the hospital the last time I was sick and hasn't like it's been pretty helpful for me this time, but I think it's a different kind of cough. Like it's like a postnasal drip instead of like a chest cough, so like it didn't help me completely through the
You're talking
night.
about eucalyptus?
No. But I was just saying to like because this is something I didn't know. Maybe you guys could use this, and it'd be helpful for you if you have like a cough that's keeping you up. You've already taken medicine, and like it's not helping. Um, get like a hand towel and put Vicks Vapor Rub on the hand towel, and then have that over your face, like here, when you're sleeping. So when you breathe that in, like it keeps you from coughing. Not it's like again like it's not perfect. I think this time it wasn't as perfect, but I literally think from like a lung health perspective, like it literally kept me out of the hospital last time I was sick.
I'm only laughing because he used to be so skeptic of
Skeptic.
Minnie.
Oh
Of my mom, she does that, and he would just be like,
no, I'd never seen her do that. Like she rubs it on her chest and back, and I feel like for me that doesn't help me that much personally. Like it doesn't help me that much. Like if I put on my clothes right here and I smell it,
yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
but like with the rag like here, it's like it's perfect. And I feel like it literally like sleep is so important when you're sick and when you have kids.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a
Yeah,
double whammy.
yeah.
Literally, I like.
I will say this though. When I was younger, like when I was still in high school, I would get sick every year with bronchitis. Every year I would
Oh
get
yeah.
sick with bronchitis, and every year I'd have to go to the doctor because it got like normally when you have bronchitis, it just gets better on its own. Like, but I would have to go to the doctor for cough medicine, for like serious cough medicine because my cough was like ridiculous. Like it was actually starting to like hurt my chest to cough. Like every year I would have to go and they'd give me the special syrup. Um but then one year and I don't even know how. I actually don't know how I
Let me
discovered
put this on
eucalyptus.
because the AC is like blasting me.
But like I discovered eucalyptus oil and for me just personally that's my lifesaver. If you have any like thing
It's
going
definitely good
on
for
with
respiratory
your
health. Yeah.
respiratory health, you can just like have that going in a Sensi or a diffuser or whatever,
Yeah.
and it like it helps clear out anything that you have, because that's what eucalyptus does,
Yeah.
just in like the description of it. Yeah, and I swear by it. I swear it kept me from getting it's kept me from getting bronchitis since high school, and I've been not been in high school for over
Yeah.
like 15 years. It's been almost over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this might be one of the last things we talk about. We have 15 minutes. So I have a question for all the parents out there, and please, I don't know at what point in time you're listening to this. But what I want to know is if you have one kid or multiple children, how have you dealt with having like the flu with kids? Like knockdown, like really high fever, vomiting, everybody. Like how do you deal with that situation?
Well, you just put one foot in front of the other, and literally, like whatever happens, happens. It's basically down to just survival.
There has to be like
There, I don't like. Was there for you today? Because I was just going by the seat of my pants. I was not
no.
at all today. I was like, I didn't even know what time it was. I didn't know what time lunch was. I didn't know what time
No.
anything was
Yeah.
happening. It was
But like,
pure survival for me.
yeah, maybe like I'm just saying maybe there's tips where like,
Oh.
oh, we didn't have enough bags or buckets, so make sure that you have like 4 buckets handy.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So that when that happens, you don't have to scrounge and like clean out the chemicals from the ones that are like chemical buckets, and you know what I mean, like things that
Holy cow, yeah.
you wouldn't like, because there's only one toilet, and not everybody can be there at the same time if that's where you're choosing to, like,
Upchuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Probably they also have like freezer meals that are like sick day meals. That's actually not a bad idea. So like you're
yeah.
like, if ever we get sick, we're pulling this
Well,
baby
and
out.
now with COVID and everything, there's so many like delivery services that you could probably find one that delivered things like chicken noodle soup and like bone broth and things that are like
Maybe,
easy to eat when you're sick.
yeah. Or just have like that already made for you.
Like
it's not that hard to make a bone broth. You just have to.
Yeah, but if you're sick.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like pre-have it made.
But then you still have to take it out and like
put it in a crock
unfreeze it.
pot.
Yeah.
In the end, don't even think about it. Put it on low on a crock pot until freaking lunchtime. That's what I've been telling you we should do with your mom's turkey stew. That was delicious. That is delicious. That we still have a freezer bag that we could just pull out the crock pot.
True.
I just don't know where the crock pot is, and I keep forgetting to ask you. I cannot get it above the fridge. Well, I guess I could if I grabbed the ladder, but you know, we could do that tomorrow. All we will need to do is literally in the morning, whenever you wake up, or if I can I'll get the ladder out, whatever. Just pull it down, pull out the thing, dump it, frozen and all, in the crock pot. Bam.
Yeah. Oh. And then like, I can't imagine. I like every time that I've had the flu, I'm like delirious, like can barely see straight, like in another world in my brain from the pain and the discomfort and the like amount of vomiting. Like I don't even know how you would care for a child. That literally has to be like one of the most difficult things.
Give them snacks and water as much as you give yourself snacks and water or water.
Yeah.
Because I know you don't get really hungry when you're sick.
Yeah.
But just as long as they have snacks, like Ollie, he's really good about going and getting a snack when he's hungry. Too good, almost, to the point where we're like, no, I know you're hungry. You can wait the next 5 minutes for lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I would love any
help
tips for people that have been through that fire and live to tell the tale. Like, you can't ask for help because then you're just going to get like other people sick. Like,
I know. My dad was like, maybe I'll come up and help you. And I was like, no, you stay where you are.
I couldn't imagine him coughing like this with what he's going through intestinally.
No. I was like, you better not come up here.
Ugh.
I said, nobody better come up here. We will handle it. We're all doing okay. Thank goodness. And if it gets any worse, obviously we wouldn't be able to say no, but we're not there yet, and I don't want to risk anybody. Yeah.
All I can say is I got to strengthen my immune system for those days.
You know what, though? I bet when we're sleeping better, because both of them are just sleeping better, I bet it'll be easier in the sense that at least we'll have a good night's sleep. Unless they don't have a good night's sleep because they're sick. But I'm just saying, like, if we're the ones that are sick and they aren't sick, then it'll be easier to rest because there won't be, like, nightly disturbtions.
Yeah.
Nope. I don't.
Words.
Disturbtion.
Yeah. I think unless you have any final thoughts, like, that's where we're at with our experiences as infant and toddler parents, being sick for a week.
Yeah. It has felt endless.
It really has.
We are tired.
Yeah.
The kids are tired. Ollie's so sick and tired of being sick. Yeah. I think tomorrow, as long as one of us is hopefully feeling better, we need to take him to the outside to the trampoline and
Yeah.
spend some time outside. But Jesse did say, and he had literally, like I told you, like we told you, we're in survival mode. Like there has probably not been more than 30 minutes where the television has not been on or a phone has not been within like in our hands or in Ollie's hands. Like we have just survived. That's really all we can do right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but he said that when we were all feeling better finally, that we should just take a day. We should go somewhere in nature. Hopefully not too in nature to get stolen, because of how many people are missing from national parks. I'm not about that. No. We are not a camping family. We can camp in the backyard, and that's as far as I'm going.
Yeah.
Or to like a beach parking lot, like not a beach camping lot, I do that. Or like if it was a camping. No, I don't know, because what if our kids went missing? No, listen, I'll have to think about this. I'm going to focus. That's not what this is about. I'm delirious. I'm going off into random tangents. All right. Well, on that note, thank you for listening. And we'll be back next week. Rain or freaking shine, here we'll be, because as you can see, even when we're very sick, we're here. So, exactly.
Signing out.